So at this point, I think we can pretty much officially say that Thunderfoot really did do the right thing. The Sceptic Community has literally just fallen apart. Any sense that it could hold, rational debate or any such of the fact is now just gone, because it's full of people who basically are just shitlords and just shitlording for the fun of it. And this all goes back to Sargon. The king of Kekistan, head of the Caxis. And now he's decided he's, leading the culture war. What culture war? I'm sorry, but there is no culture war. This is just a phony war. Who are you going to war with? Oh, the SJWs? You go now and you even say slightly that, someone who was generally doing something racist was racist, and you call them a racist. Oh, you're an SJW. It's just like, no, he was calling someone, a derogatory word. He is clearly a racist. He is, using racist stereotypes to describe a group of people. Then he is clearly a racist. And it's full of idiots now. Sargon, I look at everything, look at all the facts, doesn't care about the other side. He had a recent debate against a group of socialists, and he clearly lost. I'm sorry, but he did. The socialists had their arguments, the capitalists had theirs, and the socialists went, well, hang on, this was happened, and then gave examples of things that are happening now to prove their point, and why capitalism was bad, and their response was free market, or that's not a it's not an excuse. You've got to have if someone comes to you and just has a valid opinion, not opinion, but with facts and producing evidence, you can't just go free market as if that's the answer to the question. That's not the case. He then, even afterwards, posted a comment which he quickly got rid of. The pinned comment from him was that he had clearly won the debate. Yeah. So that's the skeptical and rational and person who uses logic and looks at all the facts. Sargon of Akkad, he doesn't, because he has his audience, and his audience is incredibly right-wing. And if he even dared speak about, actual political, liberal things, which if he claims to be a classical liberal, his audience would leave him. And because now YouTube is his thing, he is now a captive of his audience. And then you get someone like Kraut and Tea, who I watched and I enjoyed for ages, and then he's gone off the deep end. Now with, SJW conspiracies. If anyone says anything against him, or even people he was so used to be friends with, they're now SJWs, and they're out to get him. He lost the plot completely, and this comes from the guy who gets even worse when you look at him, who goes on racist tirades now on Twitter, and his fans just excuse it as, oh, he's just being triggering, or he's it's just a meme. And it's so funny because he made a post to people in the alt-right who were excusing their racist actions and their actions as just a meme. And that's where he is now. It's almost like if you took, Kraut now to meet the Kraut of, last year, they would be at loggerheads with each other, arguing with each other, calling each other, you know, the Kraut now would be calling the Kraut of then an SJW. It's absolutely unbelievable. And then you get people like Dave Cullen, who literally goes for the lowest common denominator. You know, who I've never seen him debate someone of any of the other side. He may have done, but I haven't. You know, I haven't seen it. I've never seen him debate. I've never seen him genuinely actually listen. He goes after small, you know, YouTube channels of someone who's saying, you know, something, you know, stupid or ridiculous, and then he goes after them. He then posts on Mind and, you know, Facebook, oh, look at, you know, these black people doing, you know, something, you know, terrible. Clearly, you know, you know, it's the end of society, it's the breakdown of the West. And I'm just like, oh, there's, you know, it's unbelievable. It really is that this is what the Sceptic community has turned into. And if you're going to fight a culture war, guys, you're going to lose. Because the second, you know, to win a culture war, you actually need to get the mainstream on your side. I'm sorry guys, you are not mainstream. Regardless of what anyone says, you are not mainstream at all. You've got a following, but you're not mainstream. And the second, you know, the mainstream looks at your actions, things you have posted, you will turn people off. You have turned people on who once said, I'm a member of the Sceptic community. I no longer want to say I'm a member of the Sceptic community, because that now implies that, you know, I am now a shitlord and want to, you know, trigger people on purpose just to get their reaction. Just go, ha ha! And, you know, that would make, you know, that makes you guys look hypocritical. Sargon recently just flagged, got someone banned off Twitter for doing the exact same thing he accused SJWs of doing, you know, years ago. And I'm just like, that this can no longer continue on. These guys have lost the plot completely. You know, it's unbelievable. And I don't know where it's going to go. But, you know, that's it, really. I have a strong feeling that, you know, a lot of the moderates have cleared out now and are just looking for somewhere else to go now. I don't know where they're going to end up going, but it won't be to someone like, you know, Sargon and his, you know, the Kekistanis. You know, it'd be, you know, congratulations, you've lost the middle ground. You've now shifted into God knows where in the sphere. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say on this matter. It's, you know, the Sceptic community has just fallen apart, and it's through its own the people's fault. The so-called leaders of it have destroyed it, and Thunderfoot was right.